without the presence of a higher power, all we're going to see is continued destruction. Because if we, serving ourselves as the end-all be-all of everything we do, we're going to take from the land like we have been. We're going to take from others. We're not going to be accountable to other people and to the land if it's all about us as individuals acting in self-interest. Now, of course, self-interest can involve cooperation. That's great. That's a good thing. But without, it's like a code of ethic that is fundamental. That involves people care for your community, care for the land. Like this is what we need in order to heal, in order to that's the cultural value that will heal the land and also make things way better for ourselves. So I hear this kind of warped version of what freedom is. Freedom to take, manifest destiny, like God made us kings and queens on the land. Like, let's unpack that, because I think it's getting all twisted up in interpretation for what it means. God didn't put us here on these lands. The Creator didn't put us here on these lands to take from them. Dominion over these lands. Again, it's a nonsense interpretation. I think that means that we have the right to take, to extract, to diminish the lands that God created. How wrapped up, how worked up do you have to be? Unfortunately, that's like the dominant narrative that played out in history and colonialism, right? So we got to rethink these assumptions about, from the Judeo-Christian world, we need to rethink our assumptions about what Scripture means. One, why are we here? Why are we here right now? And what mythology or cultural mythology or belief, value systems are we living out? Now we got this whole it's the pop culture. It's very egoic, self-serving, and it's even of course it's worked its way into spiritual practice. All these things, the self. And then if you just start talking about egalitarianism, people think you're talking about the CCP. People, certain people think you're like, oh, you want to have an all-controlling state. Look at China. Look at Russia. No, that's not what we're talking about. Those aren't traditional government systems either. Those are also the product of this take mentality. Extract from the earth, extract from labor. So I really think it's this. There's a culture war out there, and it's a war for your mind to get you to say yes to the system. Whereas we can be saying yes to plenty of other things, regenerative ways of being in which we care for the land, where we restore the land, where we restore the beavers and all the keystone ecosystem creatures, where we give recognition. So the land is sovereign. The land is what is sovereign. And those practicing to work with the land and to heal the land have authority. And we've denied, our system has denied that authority for so long, suppressed that way of life, suppressed earth culture, suppressed the history of the land and of the practices, and prevented people from engaging with their traditional practices that are deeply tied to the land. And now we see that things are coming back. The knowledge is coming out of these little, hidden away areas, and now, thank Creator, we have an opportunity to learn. We have the opportunity to learn from the people that have held that knowledge. We have the opportunity. We also have tools of science now. We have different things that, things that came with colonialism that are deeply embedded, in the sciences. So we can put different forms of knowledge together from different worlds. But the spiritual, we have to recognize the sickness that has overcome cultures worldwide now. It's killing the land right now. So we have to heal. We have to return. We have to remember who we are. We have to remember our ancestors. And there's so much talk about freedom. There's so much talk about liberty. But with all that comes a great responsibility to align ourselves, to tune ourselves to healing, to community, right? So don't get me started on libertarianism or any of these reductive philosophies. They have some good stuff in there. Religion, certain things are pointing towards a certain reality of what it means to be human, what it means to be connected. And other parts are just worth looking at, evaluating, seeing what really shakes out of all of it. So, most of all, we should learn to love each other, to see each other in compassion, to do little acts every day, little bits, something, whether it's in our little tiny gardens or opportunities to grow and to work with each other, to heal and learn the ways of other lands that we're on. Not try to impose imposition. Even under the guise of social justice, there's this imposition. It's I don't want to be part of that. Fiction. I don't want to be part of the fiction anymore. I want to be connected with what's real every day and have reminders. We have reminders of all the how many corporate logos could we all recognize? How many native plants could we all recognize? So to grow that knowledge, grow that practice, know how to take care of the land, something worthwhile. I don't know. What do you think?